Hi, I'm Brandon Bombardo. They call me Mr. Excitement. I drive the 51B hobby stock. Been racing now for close to 2.5 years. Last year was my first full season, and we're fortunate enough to pull off the track championship at both Princeton Speedway and North Central Speedway, both in Minnesota.
Up the track goes Bombardo, Gettle to the bottom. Bombardo gonna hold on in 51B.
Did a lot of traveling last year. We tried to travel around to some new tracks. We've been coming down to the Winter Nationals now 2 years in a row. Last year we were a lot more successful than this year. We brought a new car this year with a new rule package, and we've been fighting through the new car blues. So it's been a little bit of a trying week, but it's been a lot of fun out there. As far as the career goes, like I said, last year, first full season, we have 2 track championships to our name. We actually were lucky enough to run the Midsummer Hobby Stock Tour, and we won one of the nights there. I'm pretty proud of that one. That's probably my biggest win. And then we came down and we won at the Winter Nationals last year. So between those two, those are going to be my 2 highlights. As far as sponsors go, really need to thank everybody who's on my car and part of my program, specifically Shop Saber CNC, TPIS, Minuteman Press, Racers Exchange. Without those 4 primary sponsors, I really couldn't do what I'm doing. I got to give it out to the other people on the car as well, though. Charger Chassis, Demon Decals, Dirt Race Central, and Willow Creek Creations. It's really been a big part of it. I also have some new sponsors this year, Pat Sullivan Realty, and I have Featherlight Trailers, Twin Cities Featherlight out of Minnesota. So without those guys jumping on this year, we wouldn't be down here. So it's been a lot of fun. Like I said, we have a lot of good people that stand behind us. Have to give a shout out to my wife. She takes care of all the home stuff so I can come traveling and spend a lot of time here in the desert. I'm enjoying some nice weather when they're at home below 0. So have to say that without her, I wouldn't be able to do this. And then shout out to all my friends, Devin, who pits on the car, Corey, who pits on the car, Tim, who pits on the car. The 3 of them have really been a big part of my program when we travel. One of them have always made themselves available. And then obviously their wives, who were able to free them up so they can come visit and be a part of this program.
What's life like on the road out there?
Yeah, on the road it's a lot of fun. We do a lot of things to try to keep ourselves busy. The biggest part is during the show, it seems like you're just at your normal track. Nothing seems different there. It's all as a routine. You kind of get in the routine when you're at the track, but it's when the show's over, you don't have a house to go back to. You got to go to a hotel a lot of times, and you're trying to find out how to prepare a race car for the next night in a parking lot. And that's, to me, it's actually a lot of fun. I enjoy it. We wash the car in the parking lot. We sometimes drive around, try to find a car wash, depending on how muddy the car is, and yeah, we do all of our routine maintenance right in the parking lot. A lot of times you're cleaning, filters and things like that in a bathtub in a hotel. And yeah, you're just trying to do what you can to get your program back to where it was when you showed up. And that's the big thing, is the day 1, you have to show up ready to go. But days 2, 3, and so forth, you really have to be able to get back to that same point you were when you showed up. And a lot of that is, getting to the hotel and using the resources around you. And I've been fortunate enough, I've met a lot of cool people traveling. Honestly, racing is one of those cool sports where you get to meet new people all the time and everybody treats you like family. I've been fortunate enough to use, like down here in Yuma, I used Pit Stop Trailers. I use their shop. They let me use the shop to, do things that I can't do necessarily in a parking lot. They've been, huge. So, obviously it's great to support local businesses. You got Ed Whitehead's Tire Pros. Those guys have helped me out getting, using their tire machines when I need to do some stuff there. So we've been very fortunate that we meet a lot of cool people who've opened themselves up and, helped us when we've needed parts, needed resources, needed somebody's shop. I mean, we've just been fortunate enough that, I've always tried to, it's that old golden rule, right? Treat everybody the way you want to be treated. And by treating them that way, we've been fortunate enough that people have, reached out and helped us always when we needed help. It's kind of funny, people think I've been racing a long time. I get it all the time. I come to these shows and they're like, yeah, well, you've been doing this a long time. And we really haven't been. Honestly, I have been around racing since I was 5. But driving a race car, my career is pretty short. I mean, I raced a couple years on asphalt when I was 18, and then I raced a couple years in a Midwest mod. And to be honest, I was the worst Midwest mod driver that you've ever seen. I couldn't get out of my own way. I think I was a lap down in pace laps. So I was pretty bad out there. I mean, I think they actually threw a party the day I quit Midwest Mod Racing. I think all of the guys I raced against threw a party because I was bad. And then started working on my buddy's cars. I started working on a stock car, modified, and sport mod, and helping those guys out. And they all convinced me one day that I'm at the track anyways, might as well get a car, right? Terrible decision. I'm gonna be honest with you, my friends are a bunch of liars. They told me that these cars don't take a lot of work, and they take a lot of work. So, that's super nice of them to get me into this. But yeah, we started that a couple of years ago. I raced one night, sold the car because I figured I wasn't gonna get back into it, and then I had the itch again. And then the next summer I bought another car, and we raced part of that season and then all of last season. So I mean, that's really my career. I haven't had a long time behind the wheel.
What are kind of your goals you're looking forward to in the next years?
Really, for me, the goal is always to bring the car back in one piece. I mean, it's a dumb goal, I get it. Like, it doesn't sound like the goals that you probably are expecting to hear, but that's my goal. I don't want to go destroy stuff. My goal is to make a lot of new friends. Honestly, I like meeting people. I mean, there's a lot of people outside of the drivers. It's their families, it's their crew. Honestly, it's meeting, the IMCATV crew. It's meeting, the Dirt Race Central crew, the Advantage TV's crew, all of these guys that put on the broadcasting. Like, there's somebody behind that camera. You get to meet those guys, and they all got a personality. They've all got their stories, and it's cool to hear where they came from and what they're doing. It's also cool to meet the trackside vendors and meet the people that are, selling you the cheeseburgers, and the person taking the tickets. That to me is a lot of fun, is getting to know a lot of new people. For me, getting to know the fans, I think for me that's a lot of fun too, getting to know people from different areas, because I make friends that you have for a lifetime. I mean, I know people now here, in Yuma, Arizona, that I message back and forth throughout the year that you wouldn't have never met if you didn't come here. So for me, my goal is meet new people, keep the car in one piece, but ultimately, let's be honest, I got two little boys at home, got a 5 and a 7-year-old, and the two of them fight over trophies. So it's, it's always nice to bring home a trophy or two once in a while so they can, have those to show off. So we come out here for the trophies, but the reality is my ultimate goal is to make friends and keep the car in one piece.
Any tracks you want to hit up, or any more travels you want to do besides what you've done so far?
Yeah, I would love to get out to Bristol sometime. This year I did not sign up, and I wish I kind of would have. Las Vegas seems like a good time too. I'd love to get out there someday. Honestly, for me, I love running Boone. Boone is one of my favorite tracks to race, except for the Super Nationals. I went down there this last year, and again, was hot garbage. Couldn't get out of my way. I found out really fast that I'm not fast, so that was cool. I appreciate all my competitors for making me feel so slow. That was nice of them. Specifically Jeff Ware. That guy is an animal behind the wheel, and he drives very similar equipment to what I have, and he just made me look dumb. So that was fun. It's always good to go out and feel like you're, this tall. I'm that tall anyways, but I mean, it really felt that tall. So that's a lot of good, that's a lot of my time is going to Boone. I really enjoy that. But honestly, like, I just want to go to any show that I haven't been to that is going to be a multi-day show. I enjoy multi-day shows. I really do enjoy going to a track and not having to leave. These tours, to me, they're not as fun. I don't like having to go find a new track every day. And like, to me, I don't know, it's just not my thing. I did the Hobby Stock Tour the last couple of years. I don't know that I'll do it again. I may just stay local at that time. It's just, for me, I enjoy time with my family too, watching my boys, be at the track to me. So honestly, for me, Princeton Speedway is still one of my favorite tracks. I will continue to go there. But yeah, I don't have any other really bucket list tracks necessarily that are on my list this year.
Let's talk about the family back at home. Like, what's it like with them, with being a family of a hobby stock driver?
Yeah. Well, I would say that, for them, what's it like? Well, they come to the track. They see me working a lot on the car, to be honest with you. I mean, that's the thing, is as a family, you see the ups and the downs. On the camera, you guys get to see us on the track, but it's all the time you spend at home, working in the garage. You go to work and you come home from work and you go in the garage and you work. And, my kids, they being a part of it, they come out in the garage and sit with me and my wife. She's a huge part of it. She supported me throughout the whole thing. I feel bad for my family a lot of times because, they want me to go out and win, and, well, their dad doesn't have the talent that some of these guys have. So some nights we don't do very good, and you know what? That's part of the experience, I think, is my boys learn really fast. You don't have endless resources to win every night. Some nights that you just don't have it, and I can't go racing on some nights. There's been shows they've wanted to go to, and we just haven't been able to do things, and Honestly, it's kind of fun though, because my wife really gets it. My wife's super into like arts and crafts and stuff, so she gets to make stickers and t-shirts and things like that, and it's a lot of fun to watch her be a part of that. Yeah, I got my nickname, Mr. Excitement. I got it at Princeton Speedway. The announcer there one night started calling me Mr. Excitement because we went through a little spell where we either wrecked the car horribly bad or we ran up front. You know, we could drive right to the front, and I had this little spell where I started running into tractor tires. They just jump out in front of me. I swear that they have remote controls under them because they move those things. And it just jumped out in front of my car, and I actually barrel rolled over the top of one at Princeton Speedway, landed on my tires, and I tried to continue racing, but the crew informed me, the medical crew informed me that my car was broken. And I was not cool with that. I wanted to keep going. But after that, they kind of called me Mr. Excitement. And to be honest with you, for me, it's about putting a show on. When I'm out there and I'm behind the wheel, it's about the fans. The fans are what give us a place to race. I mean, those watching on TV, those coming to the stand, like, let's be honest, this wouldn't be as much fun if there was nobody sitting there. So for me, I want to give them something that they get to go home every night and talk about. I want to give them something to say. I want to give them something to remember. And that's where Mr. Excitement comes from, is it's how can I do something exciting? And sometimes that's, you know, if we come from the back to the front, or sometimes we go from the front to the back. I'm really, really good at that. So I would really like to start up front and then drive that thing back to like 11th. You know, that's always a good time. So no, really for me, it's just about, you know, kind of being a clown and having fun and, you know, being exciting out here.